Have you ever had a close call?
Oh, it all depends what you call a close call, But no, I haven't had any like serious accidents or anything.
Well, have you ever had a moment where you're like, oh shit, like this could be a problem?
Well, I mean, certainly some moments where you're like, oh, this could become a problem, but never like, oh, it's all going downhill and it's about to come apart.
But have you ever gotten to a point? I mean, I assume your process is you first climb it with ropes to find out where your route would be.
Yeah,
is that what you do?
Generally. Actually, do you know anything about climbing? Have you climbed or anything?
No, never climbed.
Okay. Because like within climbing, there's more of a context for it. But the thing is, I mean, generally there's already a route established. You have like a little topo. You have a map that tells you where you're supposed to go.
So people have already gone before you?
Yeah, for the most part, the things that I've sold are like established routes that people have done before, and for the most part, I've done them before too. So I already kind of know the series of movements.
But you had to go through them once. So the first time you went through it, you followed a map of people who'd already been there?
Yeah, generally. I mean, it's called on-site when you do something without ever having done it before. So I have like on-site solid big new routes before.
Dude, my hands get sweaty talking to you. I just want to tell you right now. For real. My hands are getting sweaty when I'm thinking about this. We're watching a video right now of you on 60 Minutes, and that was a established route that you were climbing.
So that route was put up in the 60s, I think, or maybe the 70s.
They started doing this in the 60s?
Yeah, but so when they established it, they used pitons and hammers, and they like whaled their way up the mountain. Because that was kind of the style of the day. I think they did it over multiple days, and then in the 70s it got done in a day for the first time.
Dude.
And then, you know what I mean? It's just kind of the gradual progression of style.
So climbing as a sport has been around for a long time.
Well, climbing as a sport is like rooted back to alpinism. People like, climbing in the Alps in the 1800s and all that. I mean, people have always climbed the mountain. I mean, look at all the monks and stuff in the Himalaya.
What attracted you to this?
Oh, I don't know. I just like climbing on things.
Why do you hate ground?
This has been since you were how old? How old are you now?
I'm 27 now. I've been climbing all the time, like in the gym and stuff, since I was 10, I think.
But it was attractive to you.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I loved climbing trees. I loved climbing buildings. I'd like play on stuff, climb the roof, whatever. And then my parents read about this gym opening in Sac, like climbing gym. So I went and started climbing inside.
What do your parents think about this?
Mom's like surprisingly supportive.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, she just kind of trusts me to do what I like to do and do it well and, make good decisions or whatever.
Yeah, make good decisions. That's a huge understatement. It's one thing to say, son, if you want to get into the insurance business, you got to make good decisions. Yeah, that's one way.
Yeah, but the thing is, anybody, like in any course in life, has to like make good decisions.
Yes, you're correct.
I mean, because if I was going out partying every weekend, I'd probably have almost as high of a risk of death, like driving drunk and all that kind of stuff is what I'm doing.
You're probably right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's all just how you view risk and reward,
It certainly is, but that really is an understatement when you're saying making good decisions. You're climbing up these things. Like, what is the tallest thing you've climbed?
Like 3,000 feet, maybe.
Jesus! Oh my God! Holy shit!
Well, yeah, but the difference between 3,000 and 75 doesn't make that big a difference.
As far as death.
Yeah, I mean, once you pass 60, you're pretty much hosed.
But doesn't it feel like a freak out when you're up there?
Well, no. Well, to me, the appeal is the bigness, Like
Really?
I look at a huge face and I'm like, that looks rad.
Wow.
If I look at a 60-foot face, I'm kind of like, nah, that looks okay. but when you see a really huge, impressive wall, you're like, that's inspiring. That's what I get psyched about.